Hi, I'm Erin from the Witch of Saturn here with Jay of Iridescent Tarot. We are back for another Deck Connectors Club, Two of Moms episode. This week we worked with the Scarab and Dahlia Tarot.
I love this deck.
So this is a deck by Johanna Callahan Waldo, designed by Octavia Lucart Waldo, who's her niece, by the way. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, this is a collage style deck, and it's amazing.
So, have you figured out exactly what it is that sets this collage deck apart from the rest? Because I know that it is. I've experienced lots of different collage decks, many of which I enjoy for a little bit and then move them along, but this one I have enjoyed from the minute that I got it, and it just sits in a different category to me.
Yeah, I was curious about, so I've been thinking about that because I saw in one of your Instagram posts where you were saying that you were like getting closer to honing in on what makes this deck different for you. So then I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I wonder what that, first of all, I wonder what that is. And second of all, like, let me start thinking about like, good question, right?
Yes. Yes.
And if so, my answer would be that it is the use of the background images as such a
Yes.
prominent player in the overall composition of the card.
That's exactly what it is. Because you and I love non-peoply decks, landscape decks, the whole thing is that Joanna really focuses in on the landscapes of the different images that she's using.
Yes.
And it's very landscapey for a collage deck.
Yes. And and not only is it okay, because I like that even in like peculiar pathways, Lennox Reese has done that with peculiar pathways, where each background of the card is also like a curated piece of art and kind of,
Yes.
sets a stage or a tone. But there's something about the way that Joanna did this in her deck that is like it's a bit, she leaves a lot of space for the background to exist, right?
Yes.
Like that full card is a good example of where we see that cliff face is such a prominent character, right? Or component in the overall scheme of the card. And like,
Yep.
I don't know, it just feels like there's a lot of breath and room and space with the background images. And one of the things that got me hooked on this deck immediately was that so many of them have a celestial component to
Yes.
them, where the astrology definitely does tie in to her creation of the deck. Well, just okay, maybe I should pull that back and not say that there's a huge astrological tie-in because I'm not positive about that. But there is definitely a major celestial tone to a lot of
Yeah.
cards, like in the High Priestess here, in the Magician, right? Like this has got to be Mercury here.
It's notable to me. Like there are enough cards in it. It's not, what's
The
that one
Fiery
that you
Fox.
like? The lioness.
Um, well, the Lioness is the tarot by that creator that I like. But I'm not crazy about that deck. I like the Vision of the Muse for that reason, for that like celestial component type of thing.
So I think that that's exactly what I had nailed down to, is that yes, there are things in the foreground that we focus on, but her use of landscapes in the background
Yeah.
it's just so good. And I don't think that I really realized it until I was like, why do I love this one so much when I've been through a hand, and I just haven't felt the same way about them.
Yeah, because you've gone through quite a number of collage decks.
Look at the mountains in the background here.
I
It's just so
know.
beautiful. She did such a beautiful job.
Yeah. But so the conversation that I had with her on Instagram was about the Justice card, where she was
Okay.
saying that, the deck reads very fiery. Like I had included the deck in my decks for Sagittarius season because of like the mutable fire aspect of Sagittarius. And she was like, yeah, like it wasn't like an intentional choice for it to be so fiery. It came out that way. And then she had mentioned that actually this card looks like it is a volcano, like lava. And she was
Hmm.
like, and it's a dormant, it is a volcano, but it's a dormant volcano on the planet Venus. And I was like, oh my gosh, this makes me love this card so much more because Justice is
Huh.
Libra, Venus is the ruling planet. So that's what makes me think that, like I think that there is an astrological, there definitely is with the majors. Like between that and um, like the Hierophant is very like there's the bull for Taurus, right? The Magician, this has got to be Mercury. We've got the moon in the High Priestess. So I would have to go through and really kind of see. I don't think it's in every one of the majors, but it's in enough that like
It stands
I
out to
don't
you.
it stands out to me. And I, there's the moon and the moon card, obviously. But like and the sun. But I love that. Like, give me the planets.
Yeah. I think that that's such a cool thing for you to really deep dive into because that's your specialty and like you could take a lot of time going through each one and trying to form those connections and even if they weren't there 100% intentionally all the time like I think that you could make the connection.
Yeah, and this was just like a color correction issue because when she reprints the deck, she said it's not going to look like this. It's going to look more like she showed me a couple of options, and one of them, like the original of this card, actually reads like it looks like Venus. It just like
Oh, cool.
clicks then. So I liked, I love that. Give me like the background information
Yeah.
on the card, on the choices. And that's something that I do wish was included in the guidebook. Like, I wish that the guidebook said something about this being Venus. Like, I'm like,
Right.
oh, that changes the whole card for me.
I think that the majors do a good job of doing that. So like for example, the Wheel of Fortune, I got this card this week at some point. The Wheel of Fortune is forever turning. Four ladies ride the wheel round and round. They are content in their positions because they understand that the true key to happiness is to accept life's changes as they come. Sometimes you're on the top of the world and other times you're at rock bottom. That is life. The only constant is change. Wherever you are at this moment, it will not last forever. The best course of action is to take life as it comes, learning all you can in the process. The falling flowers remind us of our fragile existence. Beauty fades and life changes quickly, but joy can be found in appreciating what you have in the moment. When the wheel shows up in a reading, it usually signals a change for the better. You might experience some unexpected good luck, a positive change in your material wealth, or some much needed good news. Things are going your way. Enjoy it while it lasts. So I feel like with this, you've got the four ladies riding the wheel and the flowers reminding us of fragile existence. So this one does a great job of tying in like why she put what she did on the card.
Yeah, and then there is, here's the elements and the planet and the zodiac in the majors. Duh. So, like, clearly it is very much, a part of the astrology. The astrological correspondences are very much a part of the creation of this deck. So I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was one. So in my deck interview, I got Three of Swords as us together, which is not like, the best card for that position, let's say. And
Yeah.
I, here's the guidebook definition for this card. Three of Swords. Heartbreak, betrayal, loss, sorrow, confusion, pain, misfortune, despair, secrets. This is a card of heartbreak and loss. If it hasn't happened yet, you may suspect that something is not quite right. The truth of some situation is going to come out and it's going to be painful. This may involve hurtful words or a secret being revealed. You are going to feel betrayed and heartbroken. You've suffered a great loss and may be in a time of mourning. You'll likely experience confusion as to why things have gone so badly. The good news is that the truth is finally known. The hard part is now over, and there is a chance for growth from the experience. And like, I don't know. There are so many different facets of a card. And yes, that is one facet of the Three of Swords, but it is not, it doesn't mean that I'm going to feel that. Whereas, like for me, when I pull Three of Swords, I automatically have strong astrological associations with that card because my the ruler of my ascendant is Saturn. It is in the Three of Swords decan. It's exalted in Libra. So when I pull Three of Swords, like it's not a bad card for me to get. Like I'm like, oh, look at this. Here we are. Like that to me as in the us position for this deck very much symbolizes like that underlying astrological tie-in for this deck and myself. That
Got
like,
it.
you know what I mean? So I just wish that was a little bit different in this. That's like my only critique of, and I hope it's constructive criticism because I love the deck so much. What was your interview like?
So my interview was so you know how some weeks we have like all these like really intense synchronicities, like, oh, I got this card X amount of times and this like really intense thing happened. Like, I don't feel like for me this week I had anything that was like super, super standout. It's like a very steady, stable, like reliable reader where all of my readings made sense. All of my readings like were clear and to the point, and they did not lean heavily in one way or another, whether that be like super emotional. They didn't have any extremes on any end, and I like that. It's a very neutral reader. It's great for all rounders. Like she's just like all reliable.
Yeah.
Like beginner readers and seasoned readers alike will get tremendous value from the images because they are RWS inspired, but also go their own way
Yeah.
and give you stuff to work with, like that you can really chew on too.
Yes, for sure. And there is that just like such an expansive quality to them based on those the backgrounds. Like you can really get into like the depth of the cards.
I love for the me card this page of coins because when I did my walkthrough, I had specifically picked out this card and was like, she's so cute, she's so adorable, I love her so much. Like she's so cute.
She's very cute.
And
That's
I
a
just
very
thought,
cute. I like the dog too.
yeah, I love this card so much. So I thought it was kind of funny that it popped up in the me position.
I get that Knight of Wands a lot. You have a
This is
couple
for
of,
the
yeah, I have a bunch of these repeat cards. Like there's three in there I pull a lot.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's very intense. It's like wall of fire almost.
Yeah. Yes. So for Library of Questions, I did a spread on page 129 called Inner Light. Um, that I really like this spread. It's the first position is how do you shine right now? Something strong and bright inside of you. What light are you seeking out there in other people or situations? And what do you need to receive from the world right now? The third was foggy glass. What hinders the light, an obstacle to happiness and harmony? And four, how to clear it, how to deal with the obstacle. And I liked this spread. I think that it kind of veered off of the track a little bit for me, as these sometimes do, where I'm like I can force feed it into the spread positions, but I also kind of will just be like, oh, like let me see what the cards have to say. I'd rather just go with that. And I liked this. This was one of there's a couple cards in here that I think are like particularly brilliant. Like I love this Five of Coins. I just feel like this is I don't know, giving me so much from like the RWS, the original RWS imagery, but in this like totally different take.
Mm. I think that's the main theme is that it gives you RWS, but with a twist, and the twist has a lot of meat on the bone.
Yes. And this might be my favorite Nine of Wands of all time, this card,
Let me see. Why do you love that so much?
because it just shows the like he's there he is defending his land, his flock, his home, right? Like there's the boundary of the fence. It just gives like That's the energy of Nine of Wands to me.
Mm.
Like, I don't know. I just love it. There's something about it that just,
And there's so many cards in the deck that I feel that way, where you're like, I don't know, there's just something about it where I love it so deeply.
yeah.
And it's like kind of rare to have a deck where you have that feeling so many times about so many different images.
And that's one of the things that made me, when I was trying to decide if I wanted to get this deck or not, and watching a bunch of walkthroughs, like as soon as I saw this card, the Emperor, I was like, I need this because of this Alexander the Great there. Like my dad has a bust of Alexander the Great that's always been in our house my whole life. And it just like, so this reminds me so much of my father and it being the Emperor card. I was just like, I need that.
uh,
Yeah, it's just it's really special, I think.
yes.
So is this your library of questions?
This is the spread that made me realize
The
how much
background.
I loved the background images.
Yeah, I see it.
Like the Three of Wands in particular, I was just staring at this card for so long, appreciating its beauty, and it clicked in my brain. It was like, oh, it's landscapes. That's why you love this.
Yeah, it really is. They draw you in. They really pull you in or something.
Yes.
And
Yep.
like I love the use of color in this deck, like that background of, yep, that
Beautiful.
pink. It's just like the vibrancy of the colors that kind of weave in and out. Like, and not every card is like that, and it still is so cohesive. Is
Yes.
just, oh, and like, can we talk about the packaging of this card real quick? I mean, this deck real quick.
Yes.
Like, the most, I let it sit on my desk wrapped because I just did not even want to open it. It was so gorgeous. Like, it's just beautiful.
I didn't even want to unwrap it because it was so beautiful.
Yes. All right, so then we both ended up pairing with Death Doula, which was
Of
funny.
course. You have to do this.
You have to.
If you
And
have them both, you have to do it.
and it felt like a palate cleanser for me, like a reset with because I had paired this deck with Death Doula but back in when we did our Death Doula week. And so this was
Uh-huh.
kind of like a do-over, like a I was like, okay, we're back in this, but it's not the same as it was. It's not like so intense, you know?
Yeah, right. It's because we were doing a whole week focused on Death Doula. It did feel like a very intense week, but when you just sprinkle it in once throughout this whole week, it's way less intense.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is the Wheel of Fortune that I was talking about, where you have the four ladies on the wheel and then all the flowers coming down.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
I love that card.
Yep, I do. I got Five of Swords, like I think more than once this week.
Yeah, yep.
That was interesting. Like, oh, there it is again. Um,
Hello, my old friend.
yes.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Okay. And then one of the things that I did this week for my pairing was wait for me to set this grand setup up for you. So this was inspired by Trail Magic, who also has a YouTube channel. And we were chatting in the comments on one of her videos, and she had mentioned that she loves to do this pairing with the three of these decks. And I was like, I've got all three of those decks, and it's Scarab and Dahlia week. So I did her practice, which was to pull three spread crafter cards and then pull one each from Scarab and Dahlia and from the Star Child Tarot and let the two communicate. So for Explore, I got Empress and Serenity. Practice, I got Page of Wands and Eight of Wands. And then Gratitude, Ten of Cups, and the Chariot. And I just thought this was so cool.
So wait, what's Serenity? What card is that?
So that's the Hermit.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, and then did
So
you intentionally pick the spread machine cards?
I did kind of like a weird way of working with spread machine that I've never done before, which is I shuffled them, I let random cards come out, and then I was like, I don't like you. And I put it back in the deck. And I just kept doing that until I got 3 cards that I liked.
So it's like half and half. Half.
Half and half. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was kind of random, but also kind of intentional.
Yeah. And so you liked the way that they read together? I really do. I only have um Star Child, I only have the Akashic version, and I think I like this one better with the borders.
Yeah, the borders really match up nicely with Scarab and Dahlia. And then there's
Yeah.
something about like the same size, all that like really meshes where you have the more earthy, grounded Scarab and then the ethereal Star
Yes.
Child, and then the colors from yeah, I just it really plays well. So this is props to Trail Magic for coming up with this.
Awesome. That's great. On my second day, I paired with The Long Way Home,
Oh yeah.
and it's so good.
Chef's kiss, right?
Yes, because, you know, they look so great
They're
together.
those are perfect together.
They're perfect together. They're so good. I really like these decks. I'm glad that you sent them to me. I think like they're getting a lot of play around here.
Listen, I as soon as I packaged up the long way home to you, I was like, I know that I'm rebuying this. I just wanted it in the rose petal card stock. So
Yes.
it's not for lack of loving the deck. It's like I will be replacing that. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I think that I see why you would want it in that finish. I totally get it. Um, but I'm okay with it. Like I like the matte too.
I'm glad that you don't mind that because I know we can both be kind of picky about cardstock. So I was hoping that I wouldn't send it to you and then you were like, oh, I want it in rose petal too, because it would have felt like a slight disappointment.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can see the appeal for wanting it in rose petal. Like I get that. But I also think that like it's totally fine and usable in that. Yeah, I did a lot of like extra credit with this deck. I just kept reading with it with different stuff. I think I just did a bunch of readings with A Long Way Home.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good pair. You could like say that they're married and not pair with anything else ever again, and it would be good.
Yeah. And I even did like I did another day with Library of Questions. Like I just kind of repeated because
Yeah,
I was into it. I was feeling it.
yeah. For my meditation spread, I was on page 54, adversity. And so I picked, based on what the passage said, I intentionally chose vision, trust, and resilience. And then
Mhm.
I just pulled the tarot cards and kind of read them the way that I normally do for my meditation week. So, like I said, every spread was rock solid where I felt like I got something out of it. I didn't have any spreads where I was like, question mark, I don't know what to do with this. I just didn't get a lot of repeat cards or anything like that.
So for that was your 365 Tao, right?
Yep.
So mine was a passage on breathing, like a central concept for Tao is breath. Without breath, there is no life. This just, you know, the universal pulsation of all things, that expansion and contraction of the breath. And so I was like, oh, perfect. Breathe in, breathe out. And I pulled 2 cards from Scarab and Dahlia, and then I pulled 2 cards from Good Old Grandma. So I got Breathe In
Oh,
with,
that's fun.
yeah,
I didn't
and
even think to do that pairing.
it's good, right?
Oh, I
It's,
love that. It's like its little sidekick friend.
I know, so cute,
I'm gonna do that next.
right?
Yes.
And then Breathe Out.
Yep, that's so cool.
Yeah, they look, it is like its little sidekick friend.
It's like a little sidecar.
Yeah,
White
it is like a
borders on
little
white
sidekick.
border.
Like a little, but like a little vintagey. Like this is more bold and crisp, and has like a little vintagey feel. But together they just like really, I don't know, they're so cute.
Love that together.
Yeah. Look how great these 2 cards look together.
Hold on. Oh yeah.
Like
That
it's
Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune are two of my favorite cards in the deck. I think they're so good.
I think that the coins in particular are such a cool suit because she has, she cuts out all those little, um, I don't even know, I want to call them antique coins. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but they just have, they're so neat looking, the Pentacles suit in general. And
Yeah.
I did lay this deck out, and I really truly do love every card. Like maybe Three of Swords is my least favorite out of the whole deck, but honestly, there is not a card that I'm like have any kind of issue with. Like I just think the whole thing is beautiful. I even have the problem of loving she gives you variants of the lovers and the death card. And I have even a hard time deciding which one to keep in because I love them all so much.
I really love this specific death card, and I always keep this one in, but I will read with a certain lovers for a couple weeks, and then I swap out a different lovers for a little while, and then I kind of jump around with them.
Oh, really, I left the other death card in. I love both of them, but I really like the that Egyptian take on the other death card.
Mm.
Makes me happy.
So there is one card that I struggle with,
Which one?
a Queen of Swords.
Is it just because you think she's creepy?
I don't like her long neck.
I know, 'cause
I don't like it. So, and if her neck was normal length, I don't know, maybe I'd like it because there's nothing like objectively wrong with the card. It just like throws me when I see it. So, I had this funny conversation with Joanna because I was really struggling with this card. And I know she's making some edits, some cards for the next edition. And I was like, please, 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 like, please do something about the neck. And so what we settled on
we settled on.
is I said,
Hilarious.
so she goes, I'm going to read our conversation. I asked for permission that I could read this, and she said it was fine to share. So she said she loves her so much. Plus, she can't help that her neck is so long. I was like, I want to love her. I do. I need her backstory as to why her neck is like that. Like, what trials and tribulations has she experienced where I can feel for her and love her back? So, what Joanna came up with was, well, she was locked in a tower as a young girl, and it only had one window. She had to stand on a stool and crane her neck to look out at the world, and over time, her neck stretched a bit to compensate. She's been through some shit. Her long neck is a sign of her strength and resilience.
I cannot handle this.
So now I love the card.
Okay, good. All right. That's all it takes. A little story
Oh,
time, fairy tale, and we're good.
she was like, she would appreciate your understanding. Anyways, so that was just such a funny little thing that I was like, man, I love being able to chat with creators and like people like Joanna and Lennox, where we like change the names of her deck and joke around a lot. Like, I really like a creator that we can like get in with and like
Yeah.
joke with, and it's all good. And I just am very appreciative of her and of us getting to have that kind of experience in general.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, you couldn't just be like, she had to like stick her neck out, you know? Like when you stick your neck out for somebody.
So you know what? The other card that initially I did not have an issue with, but lest we forget, the two cards that I
Yes.
removed from these blue bones,
Yes.
what is the common theme?
Yeah,
It
you don't like horned masks. Like you don't like horned
it's
people.
the same it's the
Oh
same one.
no. Oh
But
no. Oh my
but you know
gosh,
what?
it is.
I didn't realize it until I had taken these out. And then I was playing with Scarab Dahlia and I was like, why is it back? But it really is. It's like very, very similar. But
It
it doesn't bother me in
refuses.
this card as much because it's not really the focus of the card. And there's other masks that aren't as scary to me. But
Oh my God, that's so funny. It won't leave you alone. So here's an example of the like use of the coins in the cards that I am just like a very big fan of. I like how they're just like floating around there. I love that.
The coins have just beautiful motifs.
Yes.
They're really cool.
And then this is another card that I adore and really think that the use of the background image is such a main player in the overall vibe of the card.
I
Like,
love that card.
I love this card. And it's just like this the setting in the church gives such if that was a different background, this would be read as an entirely different card. And it just goes to show like the importance of that and those choices are just such a big deal.
Yes. She's a beautiful artist. She really is.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what she does with the second edition of this deck. Like, I was
Me too.
thinking that this is a kind of like I don't know if it's an exception. There's not a whole lot of decks where I'm like, oh, I need both versions of it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like one is fine. Like figure out which one you like best for the most part. But this is one that I'm like, well, I want the second version. I want to see what changes she makes, but like I'm not getting rid of this one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I do really love the gilding on this. There's something about it. It's not like an average silver. It's like a deep, darker silver. It's weird.
I really like the gilding on it too. And I don't even mind. Okay, here's another thing I really like about this deck. I love this size for a tarot card. I love it. I love like an Oracle deck sized tarot. It
Well, then
really,
you're in luck. You're in luck for when my deck comes out because this is the size.
I love it. I
Yeah,
think
I
that
do too.
it's chunky and delicious. It's not a riffle shuffler for me, but I think it's so nice to shuffle. Like this mat is just to overhand. Like it's just, I love it. Whoops, we got cards jumping out.
What'd you get?
Well, I got long neck and lots of coins.
Beautiful. That's a good way to end the episode.
Good old long neck.
Now you're never going to see her the same.
No, definitely not. That's just so funny to me. Like you are hilarious. I love these stories.
Well, this is a definite keep. There was no doubt in my mind going into this week that it was on the chopping block. So this is one to stay and to really just be, it's like a friend. It's a friend in a deck.
Yeah, it's great. It's just a solid go-to. And I don't have a lot of like I was trying to think if this is my only collage tarot deck. I think it is, aside from some digital collage decks, maybe. Um,
Yeah,
I'd have to really kind of go through and look. But man, I just don't even need another one, you know?
you don't. You don't. Don't get sucked in because you're not going to win over this one.
Well, aside from like I will definitely get Rose Bay's Serpentine deck or whatever. I forget the name of
Isn't
that.
it? Isn't that digital too?
Yes. But it looks collagey. I like this is a deck I want to see the originals, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that would be so cool.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
It's so good.
It's so good. I also love the use of this more like these primitive types of statues and figures, like in the Hanged Man and in this Eight of Swords. Like, I don't know. And the coins, you know what I mean? Like, there's
It's
something,
because she spanned a huge range of time. A lot of
yes,
things that we see are like from a narrow point of time. Like when we get into our curated art decks, it's all from like a certain period. This had the intention of being super expansive with many, many different periods of time. And that's why you get that.
yeah, it really comes through, right? Like, look at this card, that all of the different time periods that you can see with these artistic choices
Yeah,
in one card. It's like,
right.
it's
And like here's somebody in
very,
jeans, which is usually a no for me, but this is okay.
this breaks the jeans rule.
This breaks my jeans rule, so this one's good.
I can't believe it. We finally found a denim exception.
And I think that it's possible that this Eight of Wands is my favorite card in the whole deck.
Really, I love that Eight of Wands.
It's so good.
It's so good. If it had a unicorn horn, I would be like perfection.
You could just draw one on in glitter.
Even this with like these are clearly from like primitive cave drawing horses, and then we've got like a real horse hanging out, and it's just brilliant.
All right. So
That's it.
the decision is you're keeping her.
Oh my gosh, I love this deck so much. Yeah, I absolutely adore adore it.
That wraps up our Scarab and Dahlia week. And this week we are starting to work with the Lillifer Tarot, and we have a very special guest. It is Lily Tarot and Art. And I just love her channel so much. So I'm super excited to have her on. I know that she loves the Lillifer Tarot, so I think it's going to be a fun addition.
Yeah, this is I am I'm interested to see how this week goes because I've got, I've got stuff with Lillifer. So we'll have
Yeah.
to, yeah, it's going to be very interesting for me. It's a make or break.
Ooh, high stakes.
Yeah, it is.
All
That's for
right. Can't
sure.
wait.
All right. Well, we will see you next week.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.